Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's presentation. We're diving into a really important topic, modern dating, the uncomfortable truth about attraction. On this first slide, we're setting the stage with a bold statement. Let's break it down. Because in 2025, dating isn't a battlefield for all men. It's a battlefield for the wrong men and a playground for the right ones. Modern dating might seem brutally simple, but most people refuse to accept the truth. Attraction isn't fair, balanced, or logical, it's biological. And once you understand how attraction works today, you'll see why the most attractive, grounded, emotionally stable men don't chase women. They never have to. So, over the course of this presentation, we'll explore these ideas and uncover what really drives attraction in today's world. Let's get started. And the men who understand this never chase. Why? Because they know female attraction is either there or it's not. Women aren't shallow for this, and men aren't shallow for liking feminine beauty either. It's really the biological foundation of human mating. It's not cruelty, it's instinct. When a woman isn't attracted to a man and he does the same things, her fight or flight response kicks in. She's thinking, "Where's the police?" But when an attractive guy looks at her, she melts inside, thinking, "Oh my gosh, he's looking at me." That's why, even if she says she wants a kind, good, stable man, her nervous system actually makes those decisions before her logical mind even kicks in. The key point here is that attraction isn't about behavior, it's about biology. It's rooted deeply in our instincts and subconscious responses, and understanding that is essential in grasping the true nature of human attraction. And if she doesn't, she'll send mixed signals, play games, and blame the dating pool. It's important to understand that when a woman truly likes someone, she makes it undeniably obvious. Attractive men, on the other hand, don't chase because they've already seen the contrast. They recognize when she only wants attention, not commitment, when she's settling or just tolerating them. They see through the surface. But men, especially those who have dated enough, tend to know exactly where they stand with women. Women often operate from how they feel rather than what's actually real. That's a crucial point, because sometimes women believe, "I can get the man I want, even if he doesn't want me." That's a dangerous delusion. One of the most dangerous misconceptions in modern dating is the idea that attractive men live in reality, that they see things clearly and act accordingly, while many women don't. That's simply not true. It's important to recognize that attractive men understand the reality of the situation, and that's what often sets them apart. When a man has options, discipline, and purpose, chasing becomes irrational. Not because he's arrogant, but because he's logical. And that's where everything shifts. If I'm the man you claim to want, why am I the one chasing you? Men are starting to ask themselves that question more and more. Meanwhile, women want to leverage their own value without apologizing for it. But at the same time, they expect men to behave as if they're unaware of that value. They want a man who is ambitious, grounded, well-dressed, confident, socially respected, emotionally intelligent, financially stable, and attractive. Women are looking for men who embody these qualities. Here's the irony, that women want men with standards, but they also expect those men to be humble about it. It's a delicate balance, and understanding this dynamic is key to navigating modern relationships. So let's talk about a common misconception, because emotional availability isn't the same as attraction. Compatibility isn't the same as chemistry, and security doesn't necessarily equal desire. It can be confusing, right? Women often say they want emotionally available men, but then, even when a man is emotionally open, she might still feel nothing. And instead of recognizing her own nervous system's response, she blames him. Meanwhile, the good men, the ones who would treat her well, tend to go unnoticed. That's because the men who treat women poorly often project an energy of zero validation. Women instantly feel this difference. They pick up on emotional discipline, maturity, abundance, and self-worth, qualities that signal confidence and stability. On the other hand, men who chase women tend to show emotional dependence, desperation, insecurity, and scarcity. Women subconsciously respect a man who controls his attention, who doesn't chase or chase after validation. This is a well-known idea. Every dating coach has said it, that women are attracted to men who don't chase. Here's the paradox. Women want a man who doesn't seem to want them too much. It's the classic modern dating paradox. Women are attracted to men who don't want them, which can feel counterintuitive. But it's rooted in the idea that genuine attraction is driven by a sense of abundance and self-assurance, not desperation. So, understanding this dynamic helps us see why some men hold women's attention without even trying, and why chasing often backfires. Chasing requires effort, and that's a key point to understand. Attractive men, on the other hand, don't need to put in that effort to get attention. Because of that, there's really no chasing involved. They know rejection is rare, so they don't see it as a big obstacle. They understand they have options, which gives them confidence and reduces the need to pursue aggressively. They also don't get emotionally attached quickly, so they're not rushing to chase someone just to avoid missing out. These men tend to get attention naturally, without trying too hard. They match easily and effortlessly in social situations. The reason for this is simple. Men, especially attractive men with purpose, often experience dating as a calm walk through Central Park, relaxed, smooth, and confident. In contrast, women often experience dating like Jurassic Park, chaotic, overwhelming, and exhausting. Today's dating apps have flipped the traditional power dynamic. Attractive men no longer need to chase because they're confident and in control. Chasing just isn't necessary for them anymore. In essence, because they know their value and have options, they don't need to chase, they simply attract. Attractive men don't chase because they've learned to read energy, not words. When a woman isn't interested, she might ghost you, breadcrumb you, or match you just out of boredom. She might keep you around as emotional entertainment, or send mixed signals to boost her self-esteem. But here, the key point, if a woman truly wants you, she will make space for you. She'll open the door, literally or metaphorically. She'll show you signals after signals, like smiling for no reason, playing with her hair, nervous fidgeting, getting closer in proximity, asking questions, lowering her voice, and maintaining eye contact. Women communicate interest without words. It's all in these subtle cues. And here's the harsh truth. If she wanted you, you would know. There wouldn't be any guesswork, because her signals are clear and consistent. Women aren't the only ones with options anymore. That's right, men today are making conscious choices rather than just chasing after what they want. They're not chasing, they're choosing. It's a subtle but powerful shift. A high-value man today is someone who is aware of his worth, secure in himself, disciplined, purpose-driven, emotionally stable, and selective. These qualities aren't just buzzwords, they define the modern man's mindset. And here's the key point. The days of men begging for attention are over. Men now expect the same qualities from women: freedom, independence, confidence, and self-worth. It's a two-way street. What women might not realize is that modern women want options, just as men do. Both sides are valuing their options, their independence, and their self-respect. So the real takeaway is that in today's dating landscape, both men and women are demonstrating that they're not settling, and they're not chasing blindly. They're choosing consciously with intention. That's the new standard. Attractive men don't chase because they understand something fundamental about human nature. That real, mutual desire doesn't need chasing. When there's genuine attraction, it's natural and effortless. These men don't chase because they don't have to. They know that chasing can actually undermine attraction. But more importantly, men who don't understand this often suffer because they waste energy trying to force a connection that's already there or not there. On the other hand, men who truly understand this principle realize that attraction is instant. It happens in a moment, and women make their choices based on that initial spark. The truth is, attraction doesn't follow a logical process. It's instinctive and immediate. And what's interesting is that modern dating hasn't changed these innate human instincts, it's just amplified them. So the final reality I want to leave you with is this: attraction is inherently unfair. Sometimes it's not in our favor, and that can be frustrating. But once you understand how attraction works, you gain clarity. And that clarity is actually liberating. It frees you from wasting time chasing what's unlikely to happen and helps you focus on understanding and respecting these natural dynamics.